See this question. So these are two plane mirrors which are aligned parallel to each other with their reflecting surfaces facing each other, and the distance between them is 0.2 meter and length of each mirror is 2 root 3 meters. A light of ray is falling like this. Ray of light is falling at an angle of 30 degrees to one mirror with respect to vertical. With respect to vertical, how much angle it is making? 30 degrees. Then what happens? This light ray will undergo multiple reflections. No? So one light ray goes and strikes the second mirror. Again it comes to the first mirror. So like this, multiple reflections will take place. Now the question is, how many reflections? How many times? That's what he's saying. No? The light ray undergoes reflections before the light ray comes out of these two mirrors. Mirrors నుంచి ఫైనల్గా బయటకు వచ్చే టయానికి ఎన్ని రిఫ్లెక్షన్స్ అది చేస్తుంది? ఓకే, చేస్తే మీరు నోట్స్లో ఎక్కించడం ఇది పద్ధతే కాదు అసలు. మీరు నేను ప్రాబ్లం వేస్తే మీరు ఆన్సర్ చెప్తా ఉండాలి, అది పద్ధతి. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? ఒకసారి చేసిన ప్రాబ్లం నీట్గా చూసినారంటే దెన్ యూ షుడ్ నాట్ గో ఫర్ దట్ ప్రాబ్లం వన్స్ అగైన్. కొత్త ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ట్రై చేయాలి, కొత్త బుక్స్ తీసుకోవాలి. అందులో ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ మీరు అంటే మీకు పరిచయం లేని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ని చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి. దెన్ యువర్ ఐక్యూ లెవెల్ స్టార్ట్స్ బిల్డింగ్ అప్. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? అలా కాదనుకోండి, చిలకలు ఉంటాయి చూసినారా, ప్యారెట్స్. ఇంటికి వస్తేనే ఒకటి నేర్పించారు, కొత్త వ్యక్తులు ఎవరన్నా కనిపిస్తానే ఏ ఎవరు నువ్వు అంటుంది అది. చూసినారా లేదా ప్యారెట్స్ ఎప్పుడన్నా అటువంటివి? కొన్ని పదాలు నేర్పించిట్టారనమాట. ఎవరన్నా ఫ్రూట్స్ ఇస్తే వద్దు నాకు ఆకలి కాలేదు, ఇట్లా కొన్ని పదాలు నేర్పిస్తారు దాన్ని. అంటే దాని మీనింగ్ తెలియదు దానికి. ఇంటికి ఎవరన్నా వస్తే చాలు ఏ ఎవరు నువ్వు అంటుంది అది. అంటే తెలిసి అన్నది అది, దాన్ని బట్టి కొట్టించిట్టారు. ఇట్లా ఎవడన్నా వస్తే ఇది నువ్వు మాట్లాడు అని. మీ పరిస్థితి అట్లే ఉంది. అలా కాదు, కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. దెన్ యూ షుడ్ యూజ్ దట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఫర్ సాల్వింగ్ మెనీ అదర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ విచ్ యూ డోంట్ నో. అప్పుడు మీ ఐక్యూ లెవెల్ అనేది పెరుగుతూ వస్తుంది. అండ్ దట్ విల్ హెల్ప్ యూ ఇన్ ద ఫైనల్ ఎగ్జామ్. అర్థమవుతుందా చెప్తున్నది? ఓకే, నౌ సీ. సో find the maximum number of times the light ray undergoes reflections before it emerges out. Clear? Now let us see. Here, this is the first point where first reflection will take place. No? Light is falling onto the mirror at an angle of which angle? 30 degrees. So after reflection also it will make how much angle? After reflection also it will make an angle of 30 degrees. Are you able to understand? So therefore what I can say, after the first reflection, this light ray has covered this much amount of length on the mirror. No? Let this distance be x. After one reflection, light ray has covered how much distance of the mirror? It has covered an x distance of the mirror. Okay. Then you draw one more normal here. Then it will undergo second reflection. Clear, Nama? Now when it completed second reflection, now what is the additional distance it has covered? It will cover another x distance. This x is already completed. Now you should not study about this one. First reflection, first x. Second reflection, second x. Are you able to understand? So it means for every reflection, it will cover x distance. Okay. Now how can I calculate this x value? This is a right angle triangle. No? This is a right angle triangle. This length is already given. No, root 2. 0.2 meter. So therefore, why don't you take opposite side and adjacent side ratio? Tan 30 you can take. No. నాకు కావాల్సిన వాల్యూస్ ఏవేవి? ఒకటి ఇది. ఎందుకలా? బికాస్ దిస్ వాల్యూ ఈస్ ఆల్రెడీ గివెన్, అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్ ఈస్ ఆల్రెడీ గివెన్. ఐ వాంట్ ఎక్స్ వాల్యూ. క్లియర్? నో? సో tan 30 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్ డివైడెడ్ బై అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్. tan 30 వాల్యూ 1/√3. సో 1/√3 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్ ఈస్ x, అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్ ఈస్ 0.2. క్లియర్ నమ్మా? సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ఐ గాట్ ఎక్స్ వాల్యూ. నో? వాట్ ఈస్ ఎక్స్ వాల్యూ? సో 0.2 డివైడెడ్ బై √3. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ మై ఎక్స్ వాల్యూ. Are you able to understand? So for one reflection, light ray will cover this much amount of distance. So after n number of reflections, it should cover total how much distance? 2√3 distance. That's all. One reflection in the distance. After total reflections, it should cover total how much distance? 2√3. So therefore, after n reflections, let distance covered be 2√3. Clear, Nama? For each reflection it will cover x distance, Nama? So can I say n into x is equals to 2√3? Can I say like this? This is the distance after one reflection. Total how many reflections? n reflections. After completing n reflections, what is the total length it should cover? Total length of the mirror 2 root 3. That's all. So therefore, what is n value? N value is equals to 2 root 3 divided by x. X value is 0.2 divided by root 3. So 10 into 3 is equals to 30. That is my answer. So therefore, light should reflect how many times? 30 times. Then finally it is going to come out of the 2 mirrors. That is our answer. Have you understood how we have done? Clear, Nama? We are trying to understand with the help of geometry of the problem. That's it. After one reflection, this much distance. After second reflection, this much distance. You should not say this much distance, because this distance already we have completed. No? Second distance. Now one more reflection. Now this additional distance, like this, because this distance already we have covered. So for every one reflection, it will cover x distance. X value how we have calculated? By taking the concept of trigonometry. That's all. Ratio of opposite side to పెద్దలు చెప్పినారనమాట. అంటే క్వశ్చన్ ఫస్ట్ అర్థమైంది అనుకోండి, సో ఆన్సర్ వచ్చేసినట్లే మీకు. ఏమడుగుతా ఉన్నాడు ఇక్కడ వీడు? వాట్ షుడ్ బి ద మినిమమ్ సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్లేన్ మిర్రర్ సచ్ దట్ ఎ మ్యాన్ ఆఫ్ లెంత్ ఎల్ can look at his total image inside the mirror. Are you able to understand, ma? So I am standing, so in front of me there is a mirror, okay, and I want to look my total image inside the mirror. Then what should be the minimum size of the mirror, minimum length of the mirror? That is the question. Are you able to understand? Now let us see. So consider this is a man, okay, ma? What is this line called? So this is the man. Let us consider. Okay, ma? And consider this is a plane mirror. This is a plane mirror. Okay, ma? Now this person, he is looking at his image in his mirror. Then what should be the minimum length of the mirror? What is the length of this man? Height of this man is L. Are you able to understand, ma? Now, in which condition the person can see himself, ma? I am seeing Jyoti. How I am able to see her? ఆమె నాకు ఎందుకు కనిపిస్తూ ఉంది చెప్పండి? Because the light which is falling on her, it is being reflected into my eyes. Then the image of Jyoti is being created in my mind. This is what is happening. So here also, this person can see himself in one condition. What is that condition? So this will be the eye position. వీడి కళ్ళు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి అనుకున్నా. What is this position, no? This is the eye position of the person. Are you able to understand? Then what I can say, then the image of the top of the head should strike the mirror, and that image, let us place eye position here, and that reflected image should fall into the eyes of the person. This is the condition. No? First of all, we are discussing about which image, ma? The image of the top of his head. That should go and strike the mirror, and that after striking it should enter into the eyes of the person. Then this person can see the top of his head. Are you able to understand? Okay. And at this position, let us consider this is the normal. Clear, no? And what is the condition here? This is reflection only, no? So definitely angle of incidence and angle of reflection, both of them, they should be equal. So I can say if this is I1, this is also I1. So this condition should be always satisfied, no? Are you able to understand? So therefore, if I extend this normal forwards, clear, no? So this normal comes and strikes exactly at the middle of the head and the eye. This normal comes and strikes where? It strikes exactly at the top and middle position of top and eye position. So this is the top position of the head, this is the position of the eye. So normal comes and strikes somewhere at the middle. Are you able to understand now? Okay. Now not only he should see the top of his head, but he should see the bottom of his legs also. He should see the bottom of the legs also, because we are saying that this person should be able to see his total image. Then what is the condition? Then again same concept. This is the middle position, let us consider. So the rays from the feet of this person should strike the mirror, and after reflection these rays should again enter into the eyes of the person. This is what should happen, Nama. Light from top of his head should reach the eyes. Light rays from the bottom of the person, that is from the feet of this person also, after reflection they should reach the eyes of the person. Then he is able to see his top of the head also, bottom of the legs also. Are you able to understand? In which condition he is able to see himself completely? Okay, now see. So therefore, again from here, if you draw the normal, this normal exactly comes and strikes exactly in between the eye position and feet position. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now let us consider this total length, the distance between eye and the feet. If the distance is, let it be I1. Are you able to understand? Ma? If this total distance is I1, then what I can say? I can say eye position. Clear, no? Ma? Then this distance will be how much? And this distance, eye position. This distance will be how much, ma? This total length is y1. Then what is this distance and this distance? This is y1 divided by 2. This is also y1 divided by 2. Are you able to understand? So where this mirror is striking somewhere here, no? It means the length of the mirror below this part is not necessary, no? Length of the mirror below this point is not necessary. So what I do, I remove this part of the mirror. Are you able to understand what is happening? Light ray ekkadiki velli strike avutundi, ikkadiki velli strike avutundi. Ante dini kinda unna mirror tho pani manaku ledu. So this much part. Are you able to understand? So some part of the mirror I have removed. Okay. Then here the light ray starting from top of the head of the person, it is going and striking somewhere here and returning to the eyes. Are you able to understand? Now let us consider this distance, let it be y2. This distance is y2. Are you able to understand? Ma? Now if this is y2, then what I can do, this total length is also y2, no? Ma? This total length is also y2. Okay. And this y2, I can again divide it into two parts, no? This is y2 by 2 and this is also y2 divided by 2. Are you able to understand? Now this light ray, it is going and striking the mirror somewhere here, no? It means this much part of the mirror, that is y2 by 2 is not required, no? y2 by 2 length of the mirror is not required. So what I will do, I will remove this part of this mirror also. Are you able to understand? So therefore, what is the total length of the mirror which I required? Half of this length and half of this length. Half of y1 by 2 and this is half of y2 by 2. Are you able to understand? So what is the total length of the mirror which I require, ma? Only half of the length of the man. That's all, no? Because in this length also only half is required. In this length also only half is required. Are you able to understand? So half of everything. So therefore, what is the length of the mirror required? Length of mirror required is how much? It is half of length of man or half of height of man. What is the height of the man? Height of the man is L. So therefore, length of the mirror required is L by 2. That's all, that is my answer. Have you understood now? So how we are able to say that this is only half and this is only half? Because everywhere light should follow which principle? Light should follow the principle of angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. It is possible only when distances are exactly half. Have you understood? Okay. Now try to construct this diagram without looking into the board and see what is the answer you will get. Able to understand, ma? So we are placing the eye position somewhere here, and wherever you place the eye position different ga kadapu daggara undi anukondi meeku, but still the answer will be correct. Are you able to understand? This doesn't depend upon the position of the eye. Okay, I am taking position of eye here. So image from top of the head should reach the eye. Image from bottom of the feet also should reach the eye. And topmost part of the mirror and bottommost part of the mirror, if I remove, then I see that distances are exactly half the distances from top of the head to eye and bottom of the feet to eye. That's very simple. Can you try? Try Chendo, sir. Try it once again. So question is, how will you arrange two mirrors so that whatever may be the angle of incidence, the incident ray and reflected ray from the two mirrors will be parallel to each other. Are you able to understand me? So how you can arrange two mirrors? It means you have to arrange the two mirrors at what angle? That is the meaning of the question. So consider these are the two mirrors now. How can you arrange these two mirrors? That is, what should be this angle theta such that whatever may be the angle of incidence. For example, if this is a light ray, this becomes the angle of incidence, no? I value. So whatever may be the I value, the incident light and reflected light. What will be the reflected light? Light will go like this, and this is the second normal, and light will be reflected like this. Clear, no? So this is the incident ray, and finally this one is the reflected ray from the both the mirrors. So these two light rays, they should be parallel to each other. Rendu parallel gaane unnai kada ivi. Then what should be the angle theta which is present in between these two mirrors? That is the question. Come on. Question arthamaindi kada? So whatever may be the angle of incidence, 20, 30, 40, whatever it may be, incident light ray and final reflected light ray, they should be parallel to each other. Fine? Right? Study about a concept which is called as angle of deviation. Angle of deviation. What is meant by angle of deviation? No? Angle of deviation, perlone undi kada? The angle by which the light ray has deviated from its original path, that is called as deviation. That's all, no? So consider initially light is traveling like this. Suddenly light has started traveling in this direction. Then this is the original path, no? So this angle between the original path and the reflected light ray, or the original light ray, is called as angle of deviation dou. That is angle of deviation. Are you able to understand? Now see. So here in the first condition, when it is reflected from the first mirror, actually it should have travelled in this direction. No? If there is no mirror, light ray should have travelled in this direction. Fine. But because there is some mirror, light travelled in this direction. So what is the angle of deviation in this condition? This becomes my angle of deviation. No? This is my dou 1. Are you able to understand? No? So if there is no mirror here, first mirror, light should have travelled in this direction. But because mirror is present, light started to travel in this direction. So this is the deviation produced in the first condition, dou. Okay. Now, what is this dou 1 in terms of this I? Can you say? What is dou 1 in terms of I? Or let us call I1. Can you say? I1 plus I1? This is dou value. Dou 1 is how much? Simple. If this is I1, what is this one? This one also I1 only, no? Because angle of incidence and angle of reflection, they should be equal. Okay. And what is the total angle in a straight line? 180. 180 minus 2I1 will give dou 1, no? From total 180 degrees, if you remove this angle, then the remaining angle is a dou 1 only, no? So therefore, total deviation, total angle, Sima. Now what is the total final angle of deviation? First light ray is travelling like this, final light ray is returning back. Angle of deviation is 180 degrees. Final angle of deviation is how much? 180 degrees. So initially light ray is travelling towards the north direction. Final light ray is travelling towards the south direction. So angle of deviation is 180 degrees final. So let us write that. Final angle of deviation is 180 degrees. And this 180 degrees should be equal to two deviations. What are the two deviations? One deviation dou 1. And this is the second path in which light should travel now if there is no second mirror. If there is no second mirror, light should have travelled in this direction. But because there is a mirror, light started to travel in this direction. So what is this second angle of deviation? Second angle of deviation is dou 2. Correct? Correct only, no? So total angle of deviation, it should be equal to dou 1 plus dou 2 only, no? Total angle of deviation 180. How 180 we got? One deviation plus second deviation. If you add both of them, totally it should be 180 degrees. Are you able to understand? Light has deviated in two places now. Light has deviated at the first mirror, light has deviated at the second mirror. So this is dou 1, this is dou 2. And what is the total angle of deviation? 180. 180 should be equal to dou 1 plus dou 2 only. Up to here it is clear, no? Okay. Now dou 1, how can I write? Dou 1, how can I write? Total angle 180. From 180, if you remove these two angles, then this is the remaining angle dou 1. So dou 1 is 180 minus 2I1. Can I write like this? So dou 1 is 180 minus 2I1. Clear number? Dou 2. Dou 2. Let this one be the second angle. What is this angle? I don't know. So let it be I2. This is the second angle of incidence, no? I2. If this is I2, what is this angle? This is also I2 only, because angle of incidence, angle of reflection, there should be same. Clear number? Now dou 2, how can you write in terms of I2? 180 minus this angle will give this angle, no? 180 minus 2I2 will give dou 2. Are you able to understand? So therefore what I will write? I will write dou 2 is equals to 180 minus 2I2. Fine. Now substitute both of them in this equation. If I substitute both of them, let us see what I will get. Clear now? So 180 is equals to dou 1 plus dou 2. Dou 1 is 180 minus 2i1. Dou 2 is 180 minus 2i2. So 180, another 180 get cancelled. So therefore 2 times of i1 plus i2 is equals to 180. So therefore i1 plus i2 is equal to 90 degrees. So this is one equation which I got. Are you able to understand now? ఏదో ఒకటి వచ్చింది కదా ఈక్వేషన్, ఏది రాకుండా ఉండడం కన్నా ఏదో ఒకటి వచ్చింది కనీసం. క్లియర్ మా? సో ఐ గాట్ i1 plus i2 is equals to 90 degrees. Still I did not get anything. ఇంకా నాకేం యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ డీవియేషన్ రాలేదు. This angle theta still I did not get. Clear now? Now let us see. So i1 plus i2 is 90. I got answer up to here. Now let us proceed in the problem. See ma, what is this total angle ma? This is 90 only no? Because this is the normal. What is this line? Normal line. Normal means it should be perpendicular to contact surface no? Are you able to understand no? So if this angle is i1, can you say what is this angle?
90.
Total is 90 no? Are you able to understand the figure ma? So this first mirror are normal, they are at an angle of 90. This angle is i1. Then what is the remaining angle? This remaining angle is 90 minus i1. Is it correct? Fine. Now let us go to the second surface. Now if you see here, this angle is how much? This angle 90 no? If this angle is 90, what is this angle? 90 minus i2, because this is total 90. And if I want this angle, you remove i2 from 90, then this remaining angle is how much? 90 minus i2. Okay. Why I am taking these two angles ma? Because here there is a triangle which is formed no? And I want this angle. If I want this angle, I should require this angle and this angle no? Are you able to understand no? So therefore what is this angle? 90 minus i1. What is this angle? 90 minus i2. So 90 minus i1 plus 90 minus i2 plus theta should be equal to 180 degrees. Because total angle in a triangle is 180 degrees. So therefore what I say therefore, let us name this figure ABC. ABC triangle. Therefore in triangle ABC, what is the sum of three angles? 90 minus i1, and the second angle is 90 minus i2, and the third angle is plus theta should be equal to 180. That's all now. So therefore 90 plus 90, 180. 180 is already present. So 90, 90, 180 will get cancelled. 90. Clear now? So therefore theta is equals to i1 plus i2. And i1 of i2 value already I have calculated. No? i1 plus i2 value 90. So final answer is 90 degrees. That's it. Okay. It means angle between both mirrors should be how much ma? 90 degrees. That is my answer. Okay. Previous IIT question. It means IIT student should solve this total problem in 1 minute. అప్పుడే వాళ్ళు ఐఐటీలోకి కాలు పెడతారు. అది ఐఐటి స్టూడెంట్ అంటే. Are you able to understand? That's it. Got the answer anybody? Okay ma. So see this question. Two plane mirrors are inclined at an angle of 70 degrees. So let us draw the diagram of that. So this is one mirror and this is another mirror ma. So what is the angle between them? Angle between them is given as 70 degrees. So a ray of light is incident on one mirror at an angle of theta. So therefore let us consider this is one ray of light falling on one mirror, and it is making how much angle ma? Angle of incidence is theta. Angle of incidence means you have to take with respect to what? You have to take with respect to normal only. No? Clear now? So with respect to normal, what is this angle? This angle is angle theta. So the a ray reflected from this mirror falls on the second mirror, from where again it is reflected parallel to the first mirror. It means this light ray, it reflects and falls on the second mirror. Are you able to understand ma? So let us consider normal is somewhere like this. So after falling like this, then it is reflecting parallel to the first mirror. So this is what is happening now. This is the first mirror. Clear now? So this is the first mirror and this one is the second mirror. So final reflected light ray, it is parallel to the first mirror. This is the condition. Then in this condition, you are supposed to find out this angle theta at which it is incident on the first mirror. How can you do? Any idea? If this is angle theta, what is this angle? Theta only, no? How can you say it is theta? Angle of incidence and angle of reflection, they should be equal to each other. One angle I got, Toma? Okay. So, let us consider this angle to be alpha. And what is this alpha value? I don't know. Are you able to understand? No? Similarly, this angle alpha, this is 70 degrees, and let this angle be angle beta. Angle beta also I don't know. Okay. But definitely I can say what is this angle. Can you say what is this angle? Huh? Somebody said it. 70. If this is 70, this is also 70. No? Corresponding angles. No? Same mirror, same horizontal line. So this ray is also horizontal. This is also same mirror. So if this is 70, definitely this angle also will be 70 only. Are you able to understand? Okay. If this is 70, what is this angle? This is also 70. Because again, angle of incidence and angle of reflection, they should be equal to each other, no? So if this is 70, definitely this angle also must be 70. So therefore, beta value is how much? Beta value is 70 degrees. Clear, no? So this here already I have 70, no? This is one more 70. So 70 plus 70, 140. What is the total angle in a triangle? 180. So this is 140. Then what is this angle alpha? 40. So therefore I can say angle alpha is equals to 40 degrees. If this is 40, then what is this theta value? 90 minus? 90 minus 40 is 50. So therefore theta value I can say 90 minus 40 is equal to 50 degrees. That's all. That is how we do the calculation. Are you able to understand? No? Very simple question. So like these questions were also asked many times in the previous exams. So very simply you can calculate by using the geometry of the problem. Are you able to understand how we have done? So we have assumed alpha and this one we have assumed to be beta. So therefore if this is 70, this is also 70. If this is 70, this is also 70. 70 plus 70, 140. 180 minus 140 is 40. So alpha is 40. So this angle should be 90 degrees, no? Because normal makes always an angle of 90 degrees. If this is 40, theta is 50 degrees. That's all very simple. Clear, ma? Come on, make it out. To each other at an angle of theta. Okay, ma? So let us consider this is one mirror and consider this is another mirror. Okay, ma? So angle between both the mirrors is angle theta. So a ray of light is reflected first at one mirror and then at the second mirror. So let us consider this is one light ray falling on one mirror, first mirror, let it be the second mirror, and this is the normal. Clear, no? Then let light is incident like this. Okay, ma? So this is how light is incidented, and then at the other, so it is reflected at the other end also. Okay, ma? Let us consider like this. So therefore here this becomes the second normal. So it is reflected like this. Are you able to understand, ma? So reflection at the first mirror and this is the reflection at the second mirror. Then what he is asking, find the total deviation of the light ray and show that it is independent of angle of incidence at the first mirror. So total angle of deviation dou he is asking us to calculate, and he is also asking us to calculate this dou is independent of the initial angle of incidence. Which is the initial angle of incidence? That is also not given. So let us consider this angle to be angle alpha. Okay. So in this final dou value, alpha should not be present. It means whatever may be the angle of incidence, so the angle of deviation is independent of this alpha value. It means in the final dou value, alpha should not be present. That's what we are supposed to prove. Okay, ma? So let us see how we can prove this one. See, ma, if this is alpha, what is this angle? This angle also will be angle alpha itself. Clear, no? And let us suppose this angle is angle beta. Then what is this angle? This is also angle beta only. So you write a bigger picture, ma? So this is also beta and this angle is also angle beta. First of all, what is the total angle of deviation? Okay, ma? This is the incident light, no? And this is the reflected light ray. Okay. So therefore, I have to take angle between two tails only, no, ma? So So therefore, this is one light ray, the incident light ray, and this is the second light ray. Are you able to understand? So light ray has rotated by this much angle. No? Light ray has rotated by this much angle. No? Actually, it was traveling like this. Finally, it is traveling like this. So this becomes my total angle of deviation, dou. Are you able to understand? What is meant by angle of deviation? Yesterday we have studied, no? What is meant by angle of deviation? So the final angle by which the light ray has rotated, or the final angle by which light has deviated from its original path, that is called as angle of deviation. So initially light was traveling like this, now finally it is traveling like this. So this total angle will become my angle of deviation, dou. Okay. Now dou value, how can I calculate in terms of alpha and beta? Let us see. Here if there is no mirror, if there is no this first mirror, light would have traveled like this, no? This mirror lekapinte ila travel chesadu. But because this mirror is present, light is traveling in this direction. So what is the angle of deviation? So can I say this will be the first angle of deviation, dou 1, no? That's all, no? So actually light should travel like this, but because of first mirror, light is traveling like this. So this becomes my angle of deviation, dou 1 at the first surface or at the first mirror. Okay. Now at the second mirror, actually light should have traveled like this if there is no second mirror. But finally light is traveling like this because second mirror is present. So therefore here again, what is the angle of deviation? So this will be the angle of deviation, dou 2, no? Are you able to understand? So therefore what is the total angle of deviation? Dou is equals to dou 1 plus dou 2. This is the total angle of deviation. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now dou 1, how can I write in terms of alpha? Can you say? 180 minus 2 alpha. That's all. See, my total angle in a straight line 180 degrees. No? So from 180 degrees, if you remove this angle alpha and alpha, then you will get this remaining angle. Are you able to understand? So dou 1, how can I write? Dou 1 is 180 minus 2 alpha. Satisfied? Now dou 2, how can I write? Total angle is 180, but I want only this much angle. So 180 minus 2 beta. Definitely I can write like this. Clear number? So dou 2 value is how much? 180 minus 2 beta. So substitute in the first equation. So total angle of deviation is dou 1 plus dou 2. So therefore it is 180 minus 2 alpha plus 180 minus 2 beta. So what is the dou value? 360 minus 2 into alpha plus beta. Okay, ma? So I got the angle of deviation dou. Okay. But in this equation, I have alpha and beta, both of them I have, no? But this is not what I am supposed to prove. I am supposed to prove that in the final angle of deviation, alpha should not be present. So it means that we have to do further. What can I do? What can I do? Inka em cheyochu cheppandi. So in this dou value, alpha should not be present. So any idea what we have to do? Can you say? Sima, now you take this triangle. So in this triangle you have theta, alpha and beta number. Say for example, let us take this triangle, triangle ABC, triangle ABC, this triangle. Are you able to understand? Can you say what is this angle? What is this angle? First, this total angle is 90, no? Then what is this angle? 90 minus alpha. Clear, Nama? What is this angle? This total angle is 90. So remove one beta. So this angle will be how much? 90 minus beta. And in this total triangle, what is the sum of all the angles? 180 degrees. So 90 minus alpha plus 90 minus beta plus theta should be equal to 180. Correct only? No? So therefore, if I take a triangle ABC, clear, Nama? Then what I can write? I can write theta plus 90 minus alpha plus 90 minus beta should be equal to 180 degrees. Okay. So 90, 90, 180 get cancelled. So therefore theta is equals to alpha plus beta. So this is one more equation which I got. So consider this is my first equation, this is my second equation. So take this theta, substitute here. Okay, ma? Take this theta and substitute here. Then what I will get? I will get dou is equals to 360 minus 2 times of theta. So this is one more equation which I got. Now in this dou value, there is no alpha, there is no beta. No? Angle is present, only the angle between the mirrors is present. Are you able to understand? No? So what we have proved? We have proved that final angle of deviation does not depend on initial angle of incidence. Whatever may be the angle of incidence, angle of deviation always remains the same between these two mirrors. That's what we have proved now. ఫస్ట్ మీరు ఏ యాంగిల్లో ఇన్సిడెంట్ చేస్తారో యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ డీవియేషన్ దానిపైన డిపెండ్ అవ్వదు. ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఓన్లీ ఆన్ యాంగిల్ బిట్వీన్ ద మిర్రర్స్ ఓన్లీ. ఇఫ్ యూ చేంజ్ ద యాంగిల్ బిట్వీన్ ద మిర్రర్స్, యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ డీవియేషన్ విల్ చేంజ్. Until you don't change that, whatever may be the angle of incidence, 20, 30, 40, 60, whatever it may be, angle of deviation does not change. So this is one property of mirrors which are present, two mirrors which are present at an angle of theta. Are you able to understand, ma? చూడకుండా చేయండి ఒకసారి.